Maybe you didn't plan to click on this today. Maybe you just needed something quiet, something gentle, something that feels like a breath after a long week. If your heart has been tired, if your mind has been heavy, if you've been doing your best to stay strong, even when no one sees it, I want you to know something. God is not absent. God is not late. And God has not forgotten you. You may feel like life has been stuck, like nothing is moving, like the doors you prayed for stayed closed. You've tried to be patient. You've tried to trust. But some days, it feels like you're waiting in silence. You've watched other people step into new seasons, new jobs, new peace, new answers, and you've wondered, Lord, what about me? You've been faithful in small things. You've kept showing up. You've kept praying. You've kept loving people even when you feel empty. But deep inside, there's a question you don't always say out loud. God, are you still working on my story? And maybe you've started to blame yourself. Maybe you think you didn't do enough. Maybe you think you missed your moment. Maybe you think you're behind. But listen closely. God's favor is not a reward for perfect people. God's blessing is not something you earn by being strong all the time. God's grace is a gift, and His timing is wise. Sometimes, God is doing more in the waiting than He would ever do in the rushing. Because God doesn't just open doors. He prepares you for what's on the other side of them. There are seasons when God is quiet, not because He is distant, but because He is building something deep. There are moments when it feels like nothing is happening, but heaven is arranging details you cannot see. You may not see the full picture, but Jesus does. Jesus sees your private prayers. He sees the tears you wipe away quickly. He sees the strength you didn't know you had. He sees the way you keep going. And the truth is, God has a way of surprising people, not with chaos, not with confusion, but with kindness, with open doors, with unexpected peace, with answers that arrive in a way you never predicted. Because God's blessings often come quietly at first. A phone call, a new connection, a moment of clarity, a sudden calm in your heart, and then you realize God was leading you the whole time. There's something powerful about the way Jesus works. He doesn't rush. He doesn't panic. He doesn't forget. He moves with purpose. He speaks with love. And He shows up right on time. Think about how Jesus cared for people in the Bible. He noticed the ones others ignored. He stopped for the ones who felt unworthy. He spoke hope to the ones who felt ashamed. And when Jesus blessed someone's life, it was never random. It was always intentional, always full of meaning, always tied to the Father's will. That same Jesus is still leading you today. Even if your life feels ordinary right now, God is not limited by ordinary days. He can turn one moment into a turning point. He can use one conversation to change direction. He can use one delay to protect you. He can use one closed door to guide you toward the right one. You may feel like you're stuck, but you might actually be positioned. You may feel like you're being held back, but you might be being prepared. You may feel like nothing is happening, but God may be working in ways you will only understand later. Sometimes God's greatest favor is not the thing you receive, but the person you become while you wait. A softer heart, a stronger faith, a deeper dependence on Jesus, a peace that doesn't make sense, a joy that returns slowly, a hope that rises again. You don't have to carry this season alone. Jesus is with you in the waiting. Jesus is with you in the uncertainty. Jesus is with you in the quiet days. And He is not wasting your time. Your prayers are not wasted. Your tears are not wasted. Your faith is not wasted. God sees it all. And He knows what you need. Not just what you want, but what will truly bless you. Because the Father gives good gifts. And His goodness doesn't always look like speed. Sometimes His goodness looks like protection. Sometimes His goodness looks like delay. Sometimes His goodness looks like a closed door. Sometimes His goodness looks like a redirection. But in the end, His goodness leads you to peace. So take a deep breath. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not stuck forever. God is guiding your steps. And when the time is right, He will open the door that no one can shut, and it may surprise everyone, even you. God is not done with you, and what He is about to do will be full of grace, full of purpose, and full of love. You are safe in His hands, and you are being led into something good.